Tonight on Q2, bringing the spook.
We're going to take you to some of the scariest houses in Billings this Halloween.
Halloween is just like, it's my personal Christmas.
Safety with sidewalks.
Just having that sense of representation is huge.
Project almost complete in Lockwood to make the community safer for pedestrians.
But first, bracing for impact.
I'm kind of just keep scratching my head, how much more creative can I be? Because the cost of things keep going up.
A Billings resident concerned and frustrated as she's in danger of losing SNAP benefits with the shutdown rolling on.
The MTN 530 News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Andrea Lutz. Tonight, with the federal SNAP funding set to run out this weekend, thousands of Montanans could miss out on critical food benefits.
Now one Billings woman is speaking out, concerned with the future of her family and how she'll feed her children without the adequate funds.
As our Charlie Kleps reports, it's a very real fear, but one local nonprofit is looking to step up and fill that gap.
I want to do right by my kids.
For single mother Liliana Munn, nothing is more important than family.
I want to give them the best opportunities that I can.
But providing for her 2 children comes with sacrifices.
I actually work 3 jobs right now.
Heavy hours keeping her busy and oftentimes hungry.
Didn't eat a whole lot 2 weeks ago because I was trying to make sure I scraped up the last bit of what we had. Trying to just make sure we had enough for my kids to eat.
But most importantly, taking time away from her children.
I try to, and I try to make time for it, but it's just really hard.
Munn's life depends heavily on government-funded programs like food stamps.
Oh, still more? Yeah.
An option that won't be available soon.
I got a letter in the mail saying the state of Montana is not issuing benefits next month, and I was devastated. I was already budgeting, and now I have to budget even harder.
That letter, part of the nearly month-long government shutdown, a time riddled with uncertainty.
This is a federal program, and we need the federal government to fund it.
On Tuesday, more concerns as Governor Greg Gianforte explained Montana won't help temporarily fund the program.
Without any promise of reimbursement, there's really no way for the state of Montana to do that.
It feels like I pulled myself by my bootstraps so much that they're breaking.
But at Billings Family Service, there is hope.
So we can see the increase. We know we'll see an increase, but we're committed to helping our community.
Executive Director Ryan Kramer says his organization is trying to help fill plates.
If the government shuts down and they're not going to take care of individuals in need, that we have to be the people who are doing that, and we'll make sure that we feed everybody in Billings.
Kramer says so far the response from the community is huge, as is the norm around the holidays.
The nice thing is that's when our community really does come together because they really want to support those in need.
Donations appreciated by parents like Munn, who remain dedicated to what's most important.
I want to do just as well as other parents, and I want to try as hard as I can for my kids.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
A Billings teenager accused of beating a man to death in the Heights will be tried as an adult. Judge Jessica Fair ruled Tuesday the case will not move to youth court. Bryce Blackburn was 17 in June of 2024 when he allegedly killed 55-year-old Dennis Osborne. In her decision, the judge cited Blackburn's extreme violence and lack of judgment, saying youth court wouldn't provide enough time or resources for proper rehabilitation. A new trial date has not yet been set.
Want to share some of the pictures you're sharing with us? Jim always sends in some terrific stuff. It was chilly enough this morning where he was in the 20s that we had some areas of frost that didn't last too long, but it sure made for a beautiful picture. And another beautiful shot as we look down into the Bighorn Canyon. Thanks, Steve, for sharing. You can see the clouds reflecting off the river down below. And check out these guys having a little sparring match going on today as well. Rick, thanks for sharing that video. These guys suddenly become aware of the camera. Got to look at us for a little bit there, and then they'll get back to business again. You have pictures and videos to share. You should do it at weather@ktvq.com, on an email, or use our free downloadable weather app.
A new project in Lockwood is almost finished, designed to make the community safer for walkers, bikers, and people with disabilities. The Lockwood Sidewalk project will add 2,200 feet of sidewalks south of Old Hardin Road, creating a safe, continuous path between Woodland Road and Riken Circle. Residents say it's a welcome change for anyone who gets around on foot or on wheels. As our Matt Carmack reports, the work is motivated after 2 tragedies continue to be fresh on the minds of many there in the community.
Keeping the community safe.
So there's definitely a need for it.
That's the main goal of this $174,000 project.
So their main focus first was the schools. Started with an unfortunate fatality that happened because there wasn't sidewalk in place.
The Lockwood Safety Pedestrian District began after the unfortunate deaths of 14-year-old Jared Dean and 16-year-old Dustin Freeze, both teens killed due to the lack of Lockwood sidewalks.
You know, overall enhanced safety for everybody, both the drivers and the pedestrians that are out within the right-of-ways.
Logan McIsaac, the Yellowstone County project manager, is working on a project that's personal to him.
You know, I'm excited about this project. I've got two young girls that will be walking to school someday, and just hope that they have the same opportunity for safe routes to school.
Before the Lockwood sidewalk project began, Old Hardin Road was missing 2,000 feet of sidewalk, which may be an inconvenience for most, but for wheelchair users and people with visual impairments, getting from one side of Lockwood to the other was a greater challenge.
Not having that sidewalk creates a really dangerous scenario because they have to just go right along with traffic, I assume, or in the grass, which is also a dangerous area for people.
Garrett Birch is the program director for Eagle Mountain Billings. It's an organization that provides adaptive recreational activities for people with disabilities. Garrett tells me that out of their 700 participants, a handful use wheelchairs or are visually impaired.
Some of our participants ride their bike to every program, and that can be dangerous as well if they don't have a place designated for them to ride.
And the difference a sidewalk can make for his participants is profound.
Just having that sense of representation is huge.
Any new project, whether it's federal, state, local, all needs to meet the Americans with Disabilities Act.
The project will also add tactile paving for the visually impaired.
They're getting the gravel prepped and base ready for the addition of the final stretch of sidewalk, and that's to be poured with this portion of the project.
The project is set to finish this fall, and it's one that Garrett and Logan are looking forward to seeing.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that people are getting their voices out and the community's hearing them.
Just a reminder that these are your friends and family, your neighbors, moms, dads, kids, grandparents that are working out here. So
in Lockwood, Matt Carmack, MTN News.
Montana food banks are about to get a meaty boost. Thousands of pounds of pork rounded up from a herd of swine that were out of control. While investigating a bear conflict in Phillips County, officials stumbled on 100 of them running loose near Malta. The Montana Department of Livestock stepped in, rounded up the animals. Montana bans feral swine because of crop damage, disease, and threats to wildlife. But officials say these were domestic pigs that simply got out of control. The Montana Food Bank is set to receive as much as 14,000 pounds of pork.
Halloween is now just a few days away, and from decorations to candy, the average household is spending around $115.
Well, some families go above and beyond to up that fear factor. Our Hannah Pettiferi takes us to 2 of the scariest homes in the city as they are ready to spook.
If you're driving up Zimmerman Trail, you'll find one house on a corner.
My dad and I work for the past 2 weeks.
It's the one day a year, well, really the entire month, for Nicole Anthony to spook the town.
We have tons of animatronics going on. We have each little paths for things, and then we would have some inflatables down on the lower level if you're a little too spooked out for the graveyard.
For the last decade, Nicole and her dad Joe spent hours each year creating this graveyard.
Oh, it's so great. We work pretty well together. We're not bickering all the time, which is really nice. Just slowly building every year. So we started with just a couple tombstones.
From animatronics and tombstones to handmade decorations.
I don't know if it's an obsession, but it's very fun for sure. My favorite part is I made the teeth and the mouth. I think they are awesome, but they're the things that are completely handmade by me, so it's my favorite thing.
Nicole spends hours making sure the graveyard is always looking sharp like a knife, ready to shine on the big day.
We put hours into just all of that individual things, and make like I can never keep something as is. I always have to add something to it to make it a little bit more special.
Nicole and Joe have spent thousands of dollars to make this graveyard come to life, and she says it is well worth it. Shauna Morales is another Halloween fanatic who spent the last 6 years creating this extravaganza.
So it started out really small.
What started out small has turned into something big, really big.
My husband doesn't do anything small, so it turned into this. Every year we have something new delivered, and I'm like, okay, we should probably slow down a little.
The cost of this display adds up in sweat equity.
It's probably like time more than anything. It takes him about 3 to 4 full days to get everything set.
With Halloween creeping up, Shauna is ready.
I just think it's fun. Like, we have so many kids that come back every year and so many families that are like, thank you so much for doing it. It's fun seeing the kids.
In Billings, Hannah Pettiferry, MTN News.
Zoo, Montana is saying goodbye to one of its most cherished residents. Ivy, the American mink, known for her playful spirit, was euthanized after a rapid health decline. Ivy wasn't just any mink. She was an ambassador for her species, delighting visitors with her vibrant personality and inspiring conservation efforts. Over the past decade, she even helped scientists by providing samples to better understand mink populations. Born on a private fur farm, Ivy joined Zoo Montana in 2015, leaving a lasting legacy for both people and wildlife.